Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here. How you doing? Well, today I've got a double treat for you. We have got a map creator who is one of the biggest names out there. If you've not heard of this map creator, you really are new to the game, and therefore, hi, welcome to Cities Skylines, guys. Now, they've been around since the very beginning. In fact, this map has been around almost since the very beginning. This is literally, if it's not their first map, I've not checked, it's one of their very first maps. It came out within a month or two of the game's release. But that's not why we're reviewing it. We're reviewing it because it's got a system built into it that I want to check out. See if it works, and if it does work, why it's not used now. If it is used now, why aren't we still referring to it? Is it just part of what we accept as being normal? And then we've also got an asset by the same creator, which is an asset by a different creator that's being refurbished. So if that isn't enough clues as to who this creator is, maybe you just got to hang on about another 20 seconds to find out. Until then, it's time for your daily reminder. That's right, hitting the like button really does help the channel, gets me seen by more people, and helps me grow a little bit more every single day. So thank you very much for your support. Right, today's map is Houkura Island with Wave System by Mr. Miyagi. Back in the day when Mr. Miyagi took all of his thumbnails at night, he has improved since, just a little bit. There's your start square. A river runs through it. That's all I can really tell you about that one. Then off to the resources. The resources are all within the 25 tiles. So there you go, as had to be back in the day. We didn't have any choices back then. And then to the workshop, the Robusta Palm is the only thing that you really need to subscribe to. We'll be using we'll be using the vanilla tropical theme and the realistic 1.2 LUT. I knew I'd get there in the end. Now, don't go expecting, I'll get the words out in a moment, don't be going expecting me to speak all the way through today's show, because I'm not going to manage it. No, high standards of networking, because that is not why we're here today. Remember, this was made back in the day when we were all learning. We were all learning, and we didn't have things like Move It. So if we see any jinky jankies today and go, oh, there's a jinky janky, oh, there's a jinky janky, then just let it go, okay? Just let it go. We're not here for the networking. We're not here for the terrain. We're not here for the beauty. We're here to see if the wave system works. But while we're here, let's embarrass the heck out of Mr. Miyagi and his early map. Mr. Miyagi, hey, I'm looking at you. Hello. I know he's watching this. I know. Well, he will be watching this. I'm going to make him. So anyway, yes, there's some bridges. And then we've got roads that, okay, credit where it's due here, apart from this bend here is like really odd. The terrain is pre-worked, so it's not too lumpy bumpy, okay? There's massive drift on the highways, almost like they just said, oh, just throw some tarmac down and see where it goes, and he did. And we're going over the mountains, and it's not the best, is it? It's not the best. Well, once again, we will be grading this by today's standards, by the way, guys. So feel free when we get to the end of today's show, jinky janky, feel free at the end of today's show to be as honest as you like. Because, yeah, if we're grading by 2015 standards, then this, I'm sure, would get a lot more than it will be getting today. We are accepting that this is not the most polished piece of cartography we've seen, but there's still going to be people out there that go, do you know what, no, I really like it, and I am going to just going to rebuild all the networking. But anyway, I was saying something about an asset by the same creator. Well, we have got just the thing. It's a full set of them. It's Farmfield's Always Visible Decor version, or decor version, by Mr. Miyagi. Now, this was originally by Desire. Yes, you can see we've got trees growing through the fields. I haven't even got Anarchy switched on, I don't think. So that's something that you can bear in mind. These are the original the original Desire versions, but made so that when we go a distance, they don't pop out, which is the reason why I didn't review them in the first place, because they just popped out and I felt they were of no use. But now they are very useful. Factoids, because factoids, despite his great wealth, Farouk I, the last king of Egypt, was a petty thief. Farouk I, he was the last king of Egypt. Why is there not a second then? I don't know. Anyway, as you can see, if we pull right back, it doesn't pop out until there, right there. Honestly, there's been no reason to have that camera that far away. So yes, they do stay visible for the entire time. There we go, Farm Fields Always Visible Decor version by Mr. Miyagi, today's asset of the day, with a nod to Desire. And to Avanya, who gave Mr. Miyagi the inspiration. Said, well, we could prevent them from popping out by doing this. I'll let you lead the let you read. Oh, I'm not going to be able to speak today. I'll let you read the workshop description as to how he's managed to prevent them from popping out. Right, okay, back to the highways. There's not really too much to say. As you can see, we do have we have an intersection. Ooh, hello. It's the vanilla wishbone intersection, as you would expect it to be. The way the roads come together, nice and tidy, just for the workshop. How the intersection to work. But goodness me, I'll tell you, I might as well just be talking gibberish today, because words are not falling out of my mouth in the correct order or with the correct letters. Any of the correct letters in the word. Just anything could be falling out today. So yeah, right. So Mr. Miyagi, however, has taken full advantage of his full allowance of network connections. I'm telling you, we have 4 highway connections on this map, and you're saying, how? How have we got 4 highway connections on this map? Well, we've already seen 1 right at the edge of the map where we started off. There are 3 more. But there's only this 1 highway. What is going on? What is going on? Well, this is where he can basically hide his head in his hands. Go, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? Right, the next 2 highway connections, not intersections, told you I'm struggling today, are here right on the edge of the map. It's basically brought 2 connections in. We're going to get double the volume of traffic coming in from here, just because we really wanted to get all those connections in. And then the 4th one, I don't mind this one so much. Oh, it's not there, hang on, it's it's over here. It's on the long islands. They're not really sandbars, are they? They are sand islands, dune islands, whatever, ridge islands. Anyway, there we've got this 4th one out here. So we have the 4 highway connections, 3 of them coming in from the side of the map, 1 of them totally unnecessary. This I don't mind so much. This one I don't mind. Again, it's not very tidy. It's a little bit ugly. The bridges, well, let's not talk about the bridges, shall we? And we end about here. So yes, if you want to start building on the islands, there's a reason to want to, I would suggest. We'll get to that after the intermission. Rail, 2 connections here on the edge of the map for the rail. Comes along here. Yeah, the rail bridge, see what I mean about the bridges. They're just like, actually, to be fair, for a rail bridge of the olden days, I want to say the olden days, I mean Skylines olden days, this is not the worst bridge. It could have been a whole lot worse. And then we are going to expect some uppy downy, and we are going to get some uppy downy. There's not really too much to do there. That goes off to the edge of the map with, as you probably noticed already, there are 2 outside connections at the end of this route. Which we'll just see where it goes, shall we? You've already flown over it, you probably noticed. So yeah, 2 outside connections there, and then this leads right the way down to the start square, where I can finally take a moment to try to remember how to speak. Let Zach do the work for me. Okay, it's intermission time. See you on the other side.
Do your cul-de-sacs look like this? Do you want them to look like this? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to the Perfect Cul-de-sacs by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
And we are back to Houkura Island with Wave System by Mr. Miyagi. Now, shipping routes. We have shipping route here once again in today's money. That is a really tight turning, and nobody's going to like that one. But we've got it. And then we've got a really tight, it's fine, it works, shipping route between the islands and the mainland. But it's fine because it does cut back out to the edge of the map through this incredibly low bridge. That doesn't look promising. I think that's one we probably should check out. And then we've got a right angle turning again, so we can go to the edge of the map in both directions. But yes, lots to grumble about with that shipping route. Does I have to ask, what's going on here? Oh yeah, air routes. Yeah, we've got an egg in the middle. I forgot about the egg. We've got this shipping route, and the shipping route is just, well, yeah, that is definitely too low a bridge. Oopsie. A water flow. Now, with a map that's got a wave system, you would expect water flow, and you would not be disappointed. Credit for the water flow on this map. There is no question that it is definitely moving, but I would really hope it would be at least a little bit with a wave system. Before we check out the said wave system, let's have a look at everything else, okay? We might as well. The mountains look like terrain party to me. They just look a little bit rough and ready. I don't mind them. I think they, from a distance, look okay. From space, they look amazing. In fact, the further away you go, the better they look. The tree placement on them, I don't mind, actually. I'm not sure whether you'd have the palm trees on their own at top of the mountain, but I'm sure you do. Everybody's going to prove me wrong with thousands of pictures now. But the placement of trees is great. I have no grumbles about that. And these flatter areas, there are more trees and so forth. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense, and I think geographically speaking, or geomorphically speaking, I like that. Now, don't buy into this at all. So now we're calling it a fantasy map, okay? This is not a water source, as far as I'm concerned, this particular one anyway. But it does lead to this really interesting Bear's Claw waterfall, which once again wouldn't have formed naturally, but it's interesting to look at. And it's well made for its time. Okay, I have to keep throwing that in, I guess. And then the water then flows out, and then we get this completely unbelievable river delta. Again, early map making, basically finding out how the system works, how the game works, how best to make things work. It's a river delta. What can I tell you? It's just, it's not brilliant, but it is out of the 25 tiles. Anybody playing this map back in 2015 would never have seen that. It would be impossible to see that. So I guess that's Mr. Miyagi's excuse. Coastlines, some of it's rugged, some of it's smooth, past the fields. They're not in the map, by the way. They're not in the map. We've got another little river delta here. Now this water source is a little bit more believable. Up a waterfall first of all, and another little waterfall. And then up here, now I'm more inclined to believe that. I think there's too much water coming out of that for a believable water source. But it's a believable water source. That is where water would start accruing, and I'll let that go. Okay, put the terrain lines on, and the start square, it's a little bit, well, there are hills, it's not flat, in the tradition of the old maps. However, said that, we come across to the islands, and the islands are pretty flat. So when I say about that highway running down the length of the islands, I think this is prime building area. I would go for like a Dubai build on the islands. I wouldn't do too much on the mainland at all. That's what I would do on this particular map. Okay, now, so let's have a look at this wave system, shall we? Where to start? If we pull up here, you can see there's a ridge along the bottom of these islands here. This is part of the mechanic that supposedly makes things be waves, okay? So you've got this ridge that runs along here. And then, if I say, it just goes right the way around to the edge there. But it's not the entire length of the map, but certainly all of the 25 tiles there. Then inside of the ridge, we have got these water sources, which is obviously going to spew water out, hit the ridge, and then maybe, I don't know, come back to land or something. I'm not sure how that's intended to work. But if it works, it doesn't matter how it's supposed to intend to work. And the fact that I don't understand it, it's just a question of does it actually work. So right, let's find a little bit of down here. Right, what we'll do is we'll just hold the camera still and we'll have a little look and see if we can make out any discernible waves. What I am seeing is water flowing in a couple of different directions at once, but I'm not seeing any waves as such. Not that I would call like beach waves. We've got these fake ones on the workshop now. Is it Ronix produced? I do believe it was Ronix. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry to the creator. But I'm just not seeing waves. I'm just seeing water pouring and then receding. And if you're seeing it, do let me know. I'm just not getting that, I'm afraid. Okay, well, your chance to vote on this map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your votes really do count. We use them at the end of the month while I try and find a decent thumbnail. We use them at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10, which came out last night. So I will link that at the end of today's show. The new Viewer's Choice Top 10 for February. That would be the best maps of the month. Okay, let's mark this thing up. Aesthetically, I kind of like the general overall design of the island inside the 25 tiles. Outside the 25 tiles, yeah, 2015. That said, the overall design is only part of it. The actual end result doesn't work for me, and it does look old and dated and bland and 2-starry. So 2 stars for aesthetics. Detailing, no trees on the steep slopes on the mountains. I like that. Still struggling with much else, really. There's lots of old problems. 2 stars for detail. Gameplay potential. It's playable. I think there are ways of playing it. I'm gonna be generous. I think I can safely give this. It's not generous. I think I can safely give this 3 stars for gameplay, but it's a lot of work to do to fix it. Houkura Island with Wave System by Mr. Miyagi. It is what you see. Okay, I did warn you in advance. I did. You weren't to be expecting anything wonderful there, but we have checked out the wave system and we can see now why it is not used by everybody. Okay. Nice try, Mr. Miyagi. Nice try. Credit where it... No, forget that. No credit for that. Okay, thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. There's an old map on the screen now you can go back and check out from last year. Give that a little vote as well. And of course, last night's Viewer's Choice Top 10 for February. Don't miss it. I've been BonBonB and I'll see you tomorrow for the Steam Weekly Chart Show. Have a great day.